Today in our Converge Whiteboard Leadership moment, we're talking about the discipleship continuum, and I'm going to give you another angle at this whole thing. As I've thought through a ministry and what people need to experience in their discipleship process, I've come up with these 5 words: know, do, be, see, and relate. Know has to do with knowledge, and do has to do with skill, be has to do with character, see has to do with vision, and relate is relating it to others, passing it on to another generation, or reproducing it in the lives of others. I was a soccer coach when I was younger, and I wasn't a very good soccer coach, but I knew a few things about it. And the second year, after we had lost all our games the first year, I turned to my players. I said, I'm going to do this differently. They were 8 years old, so they were pretty intelligent little kids. And I would have 3 kids stand beside me while the other kids were over on the field. They would stand beside me, and typically with 8-year-olds, when you play soccer, it's kind of like this group ball that everyone's running after the ball, and there's a crowd here and a crowd here, and it's just this crowd moving around. And I would stand these 3 people beside me, and I would say, what do you see? What do you see? Well, we see one big crowd all running after the ball. And I said, is that the right thing to do? And they would say, no, it's not the right thing to do. What do you need to do? I would ask. They said, well, we're supposed to be separated. We're supposed to be in our positions and to stay there. I said, can you do that? And they said, yes, sir, coach. And I would send them out, and they would take new positions because they saw what others were doing, and they wanted to do it differently. And so I would move them out there, and I would take the 3 that I took out, I'd put them beside me. And then I would say, what do you see? And they would say, I see people, they're not spacing, or they're not passing, or they're moving backwards, whatever. And I would coach the kids to see what I saw, and then do what I say. When it comes to ministry, very often this is a seesaw or a teeter-totter. We teeter to one side or the other in our trainings. We teeter to one side or other in our discipleship. If all we do is help people to know and to do, then that's really not the ministry we want to have, because that only develops followers. What we're really trying to do, we want to develop followers, but we also want them to have, be as character. We want them to have character. We want them to see things they haven't seen about themselves, about God, about others in their lives. We want them to relate those things, be able to take those things and pass it on to others who will teach others as well. Followers lean to the left, but leaders, true disciples, lean to the right. It's not an either or, it's a both and. Let me show you this. When you're thinking about how to disciple people, they need to know, do, and be, see, and relate. And they need to relate to different types of people. They need to relate to God, to themselves, to their family, marriage and family, to the church, people inside the church, and to the world. You may want to think about, in any kind of discipleship topic, what does this say, and what do I need to know, do, be, see, and relate when it comes to each one of these relationships that God has given us? So let's say, for example, when it comes to finances, what do they need to know about God when it comes to finances? They need to know that God is a generous God. What do they need to do? Well, we could talk about giving and tithing. What do they need to be? They need to have integrity in their finances. For example, if you look at Luke chapter 3, when John the Baptist is talking, every one of his challenges to repentance has to do with money. What do they need to see? Maybe they need to see that God is a provider of all things. Maybe they need to see that God is the owner and we're just managers, and we need to ask a different question. Instead of asking ownership questions, what do I want to do with my finances? I ask the right question as a manager. What does the owner want me to do with his? And how do I relate it to others? How do I help others to see that? When it comes to self, maybe on the area of money, you want to think through, what do I need to know about myself? Well, I'm greedy. I'm naturally greedy. I'm a natural born sinner. And you go down the different relationships as you know, do, be, see, and relate. What do I need to know? What skills do I need to have? What character do I need to have? What vision do I need to have? And how do I help others see what I see? But by using this matrix, you can begin to create a discipleship concept and pathway in whatever environment, whatever topic you want to do. This has been a Converge Whiteboard Leadership moment. To learn more about Converge or to join us, check out converge.org.